All right, well, right now, a new controversy is rocking the nation. It's all over an anonymous op-ed in the New York Times. It's written by a senior White House official claiming to be part of an active resistance to President Trump. In it, the author says, quote, Americans should know that there are adults in the room. We fully recognize what is happening, and we are trying to do what's right, even when Donald Trump won't. President Trump is calling it treasonous, tweeting, if the gutless anonymous person does indeed exist, the Times must, for national security purposes, turn him or her over to the government at once. And senior administration officials like Vice President Mike Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo have both denied writing it. But it does have everyone asking, Tori, and I go right to you, considering that you grew up in politics and in D.C. A lot of people are asking themselves, is this person a hero or a traitor?
I think this person is a loyalist, and I think this person is a strong Republican who believes strongly in his or her conservative views. He or she says she likes a lot of the stuff that Trump's doing, but what I think this person is separating themselves from the Republican Party of Trump and saying we need to save our own. I think this is going out to people like Paul Ryan, people like Bob Corker, Jeff Flake, people in the Republican Party that might not know what's really going on. This is an inside look, and I think he's really doing it over. Some people may say it's a traitor. I think he's protecting his country. And
it's interesting, Tori, you bring up Paul Ryan, because he just released a statement not long ago where he said this person, whoever it is living in dishonesty. If you're not helping the president, you need to get out of the White House. And I think that's absolutely the truth. I mean, this is a tactic. This is a tactic that is designed to create internal chaos in this administration. It's a joke. The New York Times, which is not to be believed, they quoted senior administration officials before, which turned out to be interns. That's problematic for them. It comes on the heels of another book that had anonymous sources.
Do you really think the New York Times is not a reliable source of information?
I think they have credibility problems considering what they've said before. But I think the biggest quote on this, if we could pull it up from Melania, is CNN has even accused Melania of authoring this, which is just preposterous. But she says, people with no names are writing our nation's history. Words are important and accusations can lead to severe consequences. If a person is bold enough to accuse people of negative actions, they have a responsibility to publicly stand by their words, and people have the right to be able to defend themselves. To the writer of the op-ed, you are not protecting this country. You are sabotaging it with your cowardly actions.
Well, then all whistleblower practices should be outlawed because anonymity can save lives.
I don't want to discredit this. I don't want to say, because do we know for fact that the New York Times once credited high-ranking officials and they later found out it was interns?
An anti-fracking article, and they quoted senior industry insiders and experts, and it turned out all three sources they used turned out to be an intern. So that's problematic for them.
I will say this. James Bennett, who's the editorial head of the New York Times, would never have allowed this anonymous post if this wasn't completely vetted. Their reputation is on the line. This is someone way high up, in my opinion, and someone that wants to speak out because it's bad enough.
So who do you think it is?
I think it's Dan Coats, but I don't.
He just already denied it.
I still think it's Dan Coats.
Okay. I think it's alarming that we're having this much chaos within this administration, and whether or not it's going to be published.
But you just said it. That's exactly the design.
But it's already happening.
Internal chaos. But it's non-existent. This person.
You think it's non-existent?
Whoever wrote this article, it's a walking contradiction. They're saying the economy's great, joblessness is an all-time low, but Trump's a problem. It's so contradictory that you have to question the motive behind it and who actually wrote it.
I think it's pretty clear. They're saying the president has problems with their mental health and is amoral.
But we want to stay in the administration. We don't want to invoke the 25th Amendment. This is silly.